Drying off.
Good, thanks.
Oh. All right. Yes, you can get up now.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Jocelyn is going to talk about favorite battle.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. So we have any questions? Any questions? Yes.
Three sessions. So
Yes, 3 sets.
3 sets.
Yes.
So I gotta get hot towels, keep hot towels coming on.
Yes. I didn't explain that. Thank you so much. So you keep the towel that is on the top. You take off the first fermentation, and then you, after the 30 seconds of the cold mitten friction, you put another heated fermentation in there. Okay. You do 5 minutes, and then you put another one for the third one.
That's only at the top.
Yes, at the top, the back stays. Yeah, it stays, you know. But you replace the top and always ensure that it keeps hot. So that's why we had it in the plastic bags.
And when you're microwaving this, you wet it and then you fold it like this. This way it absorbs more heat. If you lay it out flat, it's not going to get hot.
Mm. Any other questions? No?
What's the name of it? What do you call it?
This is called the general revulsive on the chest with a cold mitten friction.
It's bad enough.
All right, so if we have no other questions.
Is there a desired temperature heat-wise for the towel, fermentation towel? And would a towel warmer do something like that?
I would say as much as the person tolerates, because you don't want it to be too hot or even too warm. So you have to check it as well. So as much heat as they could tolerate.
If you notice, there are some layers that we used. In this case, for managing the hot temperature of the towel, the fermentation. If the person says this is too hot for me, just add an extra layer. So I don't know if you noticed, but when we were doing his general revulsive, this was not too hot, and it was initially folded in thirds. So because this was not too hot, we folded again only in 2, so that way it's only one layer, the one that is going towards his skin, and then the other layer is covering for the heat not to go away, right? If this is too hot, you can again fold it in thirds, and then now it's 2 layers towards his skin. If it's still too hot, then you bring another towel, you have 3 layers, and now you have additional cover for the skin, so that way you're not burning them, but still another layer to cover the heat for it not to go away. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Same thing with the back, right? If the back is too hot, you raise them up, keep them covered so that they are not having any draw of cold air, and add another layer, put them back then on top of the layers so they are not burning their backs. Make sense?
All right, thank you so much for your questions and for participating. We will now ask Jocelyn to come share something about the fever therapy.
So, because we're talking about cancer, yeah. Oh, is there another treatment? Oh, that's it. Oh, okay. Because we were talking about cancer earlier today, there's a treatment that we do for many other things. I'll just hold it. It's fine. For several other things, but one of them is specifically is for cancer, and that's called fever therapy. I don't know how many of you have heard it. You've heard it. So ideally, the reason why we do hydrotherapy, we want to activate the immune system in the body, right? We want to be able to bring those cells to whatever area we're focusing on. For example, here we were focusing on the chest. And before I go to the fever therapy, there was this is very recommended, like during the COVID time, they were using it a lot in Wildwood because they would focus on the chest. There were people with also with asthma and other diseases. I met a lady who had a nodule in her chest. They had done a CT. They found a nodule. They didn't know if it was cancer or not. So she came to Wildwood. We did a combination of these revulsive to the chest and infrared sauna for her, and she said, after I leave, I'm going to go and repeat the CT of the chest to see how that nodule is doing. She went back home. She repeated the CT of the chest. That was this past December. And in January, I believe, she sent a message and said that there was no more nodule. So God's remedies work, and that's the idea behind it. It's just bringing the blood flow to the area to improve or get a better chance for healing in that aspect. So for fever therapy, what we do is trying to bring the body to have a fever. So when we have a fever, it's not a bad thing. Nowadays, we take Tylenol or other things to try and break the fever, but the fever is actually your immune system fighting and creating a hostile environment for whatever pathogen, for whatever infection is there. So for cancer, there's several studies that show that high heat promotes cancer cell death. So we would put the patient in a bath, it's similar to a bathtub, but something different. And in there, we would heat up the water up to 106 Fahrenheit. And we're checking their temperature. We want them to achieve a fever and stay and remain in that fever temperature for about 15 to 20 minutes. And during that time, the idea is that high temperature will fight against the cancer cells. In order to do that, it has to be a monitored thing. So we don't recommend it for you to do it alone at home. We do an EKG before that, electrocardiogram, to make sure that there's no arrhythmia, because sometimes the heat can increase the heart rate. So on our patients, we put ice on their chest to try and keep the heart as relaxed as possible. We also give them some extra oxygen, and then we monitor them every few minutes, checking their vital signs and seeing how they're doing. There has been pretty good results to the fever therapies, so I just wanted to also share that with you in regards to cancer and the treatments. There's also something else called Whirlpool that is similar to a fever therapy. You get on a tub, you heat the water. You probably won't reach fever, but same thing, that heat will also help fight against different infections, and it's less intense than having fever therapy, because there are some patients that really can't tolerate the fever therapy. I did it myself. I mean, not myself, but they practiced on me, and it was challenging. You have to really focus on your breathing. Otherwise, because of the heat, you start breathing really fast as well, and you can faint during that therapy. But any questions? Yeah, so we spoke about it a little bit this morning, about the benefits of infrared light. We get that naturally through the sunlight, even if it's cloudy outside. So it is important to get out there. The infrared light, infrared light, what it does is help our cells. So our cells have something called mitochondria in there, and they are the ones that produce energy, right, for the cell and for the body. But sometimes that can get damaged, and so the infrared light will help kind of fix that and bring more energy to the cells, and that way it can also improve the healing of the patient. So that's why we also ideally would be to get it in the sunshine. There are some cases where patients can't go out, or it's really cold, or different situations, so we also do the infrared saunas. Mm-hmm.
Is it better the infrared sauna or the infrared light through sunlight?
Good question. I don't know. I would say the natural light, but there has been now more research coming out in regards to the infrared light or like the sauna, because there are different, I guess they measure on different, I forgot the units of the different saunas. And so they're still making, even in the hospitals for pulmonary diseases, they're making like these vests, or at least Dr. Schultz was talking about them, these vests that produce infrared light to be able to focus on the chest of the patient so that it could help improve their condition. But then again, I don't know how much the intensity is compared to the sunlight. So it's something new that they're doing.
Something to be discovered, yet God has given us everything for free.
Yeah. Any other questions? We are good. Then we have a break, I guess. Yeah? Or what is the next activity? Okay. So maybe,
Sorry. We're just going to do a contrast bath on the hands. All right? We're just going to show how to do it on the hands. Yeah. Or you could even do it on the feet as well. I can have a volunteer for this? All right, so this can be good for pain, all right, good to relieve pain and arthritis. And we're going to start you off with the hot water. And you're going to put your hand in there for 3 minutes. And then after 3 minutes, let me set the timer. Yes, go ahead. Yes. Right, for 3 minutes, and then he's going to put it in the cold water for about 30 seconds. Yes. Yes, this one is just, he's just doing it on the hands. Right, he can do this for at least, let's say, like three sets, all right? And then what do we end with all the time? Cold, all right. We'll just bathe him in the cold water. But you have to put your hands in here now in cool after 3 minutes. So.
Oh, okay. It's cold over here.
Yes. We have 1 minute and 45 seconds, yes?
Does it matter my palm down or
That's good. That's
be
good.
up too?
No, you leave it like this with your palms down.
Who you checking?
All right, so just as a reminder, contrast showers, they increase blood flow to the blood. They also enhance the supply of oxygen and nutrients, all right, to your stuff. And it also helps with rapid healing. So if you have a fracture, it can hasten the healing of it, but you have to wait for a few days after the fracture has occurred before beginning hydrotherapy on it, all right? So it can actually help with those healing, and as I just said, arthritis, headaches, You do a contrast bath to the both extremities, that's the legs and your hands. It could also help with edema, all right, as fluid restriction. Okay, so these are some benefits of your contrast baths. Okay, so now you're putting your hands in the cold water. And that will be there for 30 seconds.
You'll feel better.
Yeah, I did for that.
So if you're using a heating pad at home, what would be the best way to do that? Should you apply something cold after usage of a heating pad?
Oh, sorry.
Now you can change.
No, you could change that. Yes, based on the principle that we just went through. Yes, you put something cold after. Yes, an ice pack. 3 minutes. Or even a washcloth that you put in cold water. Yeah.
Three sessions of these.
Yes. So you have another session to go. This is the second one.
So do the ambiance of the room have anything to do with my healing?
Yes, it does. It have to be in a warm place, and the ambience does affect it. Now, you don't want, when you're doing these healing things, you don't want to be in a noisy environment. All right, you need to have peace. Where so that the healing could really take place.
Talking about hot and cold, how many of you enjoy cold? How many of you enjoy more the hot? How is it better to finish a shower? With a hot or with cold? Why is it better to finish with cold? Especially in the winter time, when we're finishing with hot water and then we come out to the cold weather, would that be something helpful for us? No. Our pores are open. You remember, this is vasodilation. So my wife was saying that I always do the contrast shower. Sometimes, actually most of the times I don't have time to do a full contrast shower. That takes quite a time, right? 3 minutes hot, 30 seconds cold, and then again and again. So what I usually would do, especially during the winter time, I get my shower as you would do with your warm water, but usually I will finish with 30 seconds cold. Okay? That will help just to also boost your immune system as well. And then it wakes you up as well as you're trying to get yourself ready to go to work. And at the same time, it closes your pores so that when you come out of the shower, you will not be shivering because outside is cold. You actually will come out and you will not feel cold anymore. You can dry up very quickly and then you'll be ready to face the cold day outside there with no problem, right? Some people dare to shower with only cold water. Well, I haven't gotten to that point just yet, but it is actually something good to boost the immune system. So if you want to try it out, you can give me a call,
Right, no,
tell me how it went, and then we'll promote your testimony so that everybody knows that you did it. Does anybody have any question in regards to cold or hot, in which conditions or anything? Yes, go ahead.
The floor is cold. In the place that you live, cold outside, the floor is real cold because the feet are.
Yes.
You just You're just making a comment, or
I just want to know what to do with my feet.
uh,
Got
wait.
in the water somewhere.
Tree. All right. So say that again for me, sir. Just say that again.
Say it
Say
again.
yeah.
You're in a trailer, and it's real cold outside,
Uh huh.
and the floor gets cold.
Right.
And you're gonna put your feet on the floor, and after a while, your feet hurt from cold. So you need to put your, something warm down there, or get them off the floor.
Mhm.
Right.
So yeah.
Saying, that's the way to do it. You
Oh,
can't-
that's what you do. That's what. Oh, I thought you were asking a question. Yes. Yes.
That's not different,
Yeah.
then you can tell me something different.
No, you put your feet back in warm, right?
If the get real cold, all you have to do is cry, and they get warm.
We're now going to get ready to transition to our next topic that is going to be about herbal remedies. And I think that you're all going to love that. We will also be asking for volunteers. You're going to try some of those teas. Unfortunately, they're not sweetened up with sugar because what did we learn about sugar? Yeah, obviously, sweet, yes. Yes, the radicals, right? Is anti-inflammatory or pro-inflammatory?
This is your third one.
Is it promoting cancer or helping with cancer? Promoting cancer, right? So in these teas, yeah, these are not the teas that you take with your, I mean, you can have a chit chat with these teas as well, but these are teas for healing, right? And we'll also be doing a charcoal poultice that Jocelyn is going to be explaining why is charcoal very beneficial. All right, so right now we're just gonna wrap up this last round with a contrast bath. This contrast bath, by the way, we're doing it on the hand because it's very simple to demonstrate. But is there any area that we can do this contrast bath? If I have a pain on my foot, can I do a contrast bath on the foot? Yes. All right. Can I do a contrast bath on my face? Yes. Okay. How do we do that?
With a cold towel.
Cold towels. And, all right, I'll explain to you a little bit while we wrap up this one. If we want to do a contrast bath on my face, I would do that because I want to promote circulation, right? How many of you have dealt with some congestion on the sinuses? Have you dealt with that? Is it easy to get rid of? No. Sometimes not. It's not. And there's two treatments that can help with that. If we had more time, we'll explain more treatment. But in this case, the contrast bath on the face can help also to promote that, getting rid of that extra mucus. And what we can do is that we can use a device like when you snorkel, you can use this one, and then you can go in the basin with water, and then when you are going to change to the cold, you can do the same thing with this, and that way you can make the contrast to the face.
You're saying put your face in the water?
Yes, put the face in the water. That's a contrast bath on the face, all right? All right, I think that we're wrapping up now.
Yes.
With my brother with a contrast bath. We're gonna hear this.
All right. That's it.
Better?
Pastor, do we have a prayer?
Yes. Yes, we're gonna wrap up now here. Just before we wrap up with prayer, brother, how does your hand feel? Much better. Okay. How would you like to do this treatment again at home?
Yeah, I don't think I'll do that.
Yes. Okay. Well, now you and your wife know how to do this contrast bath on the hands. We hope that it will continue to be a blessing to you. Let's wrap up with prayer. Sounds good? Father in heaven, we thank you because you have left simple things, natural remedies, just as Naaman would have said, what would this water do to me? Lord, you have shown wonders in doing simple natural remedies because you have left these things for the healing of many. We ask you, Lord, that you may help us to always be seeking after this simple ways of healing and restoration. And then most importantly, you will dwell in our hearts so that you can promote heart of body and soul all the time. We are going to transition now to the next part. Father, we ask you that you may continue to give us wisdom and a good time together. So, of course, with you. We ask you this in Jesus' name. Amen.